Well, first things first, we're going to start tearing this thing apart, so gotta get everything off here. You can see if it's not too dark. You can see right there, and right there. Two 14 mil bolts that hold the front bumper onto these cylinders right here. So we'll pop that sucker off. Now what we gotta do is drain this coolant so I can take this radiator off, because you can see right here somebody just used this one. Actually looks like it's bolted in correctly on this side. Interesting. But you can see the bolt right here, and then got the self tappers on this side because they just didn't feel like drilling a hole or something. But I gotta take that off. I gotta drain this first because this needs to be rewired. There's just like random wires attached to this stuff, like not exactly safe. So let's get that sucker drained and taken off. This should give you a little bit better of a look. Let's see. Drain plug right there. So we'll get that drain and then this taken out. So here's what I got off so far. You can see there, water pump, pretty corroded. I got the air filter box off. Next we'll take the carb off and the intake manifold. Alright, now radiator is out. Gives some pretty good room. Get in there, get that carb off. Start turning this down some more. You can see the oil cooler right here. Someone did a pretty nice job of doing the remote oil cooler mod. So you get the return there, output over there. But for some reason they decided they would just zip tie this here, which that's not exactly what I would call stable. So we're going to take that off and we'll have to figure out a way to mount this. Probably with some riv nuts or maybe some bolts and washers. So we'll get to doing that. Now that that's hanging on off, I'm going to take off the Nicky carb on here. You got 12, there's 4 12 mil nuts here that hold the base plate down. Yeah, so there's 4 on each side. So take those off and pull this carb out. Gotta get this throttle cable off, which is a pain in the ass. There we go, that is up and out of the way. And there is the intake. I'm going to take that off now. So there's 4 12s, 2 10s on this guy. One of these coolant passageways is already blocked off, which is nice. And there you have it. No. Didn't know Mitsubishi was made in the USA. It's not the original sticker. This is not 130 amp. This is off a GSL SC 60 amp alternator. So I'm not sure who put that on there, but okay. Now, what I want to do is get the coils and spark plug wires out of here. Just more space for me to work. Those ones are not tight. So, got the spark plugs off the distributor, and there's the positive and negative for each coil. There's one coil for leading, one coil for trailing on the OEM setup right here. But we're going to be doing a dual leading wasted spark with one single coil for the trailing. So, keep tearing some more stuff out. Alright YouTube, so let's go over some parts that I just got in for the RX-7. So we got 3-inch intercooler piping universal fit, so all the silicone, everything's already mandrel bent. We have the intercooler itself, pretty hefty boy. We got, these are for the exhaust pipes, titanium stainless steel wrapped exhaust pipe wrap. We got, this is a 2.5 inch to 3 inch coupler silicone right here. We got 2 of low dollar pressure 5-volt pressure sensors. So these are like 0 to 100 psi for fuel, oil, gas, where pretty much wherever you want them to go in. Got the turbo blanket right here. Got the turbo exhaust manifold right here. Nice stainless. We have the turbo right here. Bull Boost 3582, oil cooled or oil lubricated, no air cooled. We have the Racing Beat Holley manifold. We have a DNA motoring 60mm wastegate with a 5, 12, and 15 psi spring. I'll probably run a 5 psi until I end up eventually building the motor out, but 5 psi seems to be pretty safe for these engines. Still at stock 12As anyway. You got 100 micron and 10 micron E85 safe Holley fuel filters. You got 2 Holley fuel pumps. We have all of the brackets for them. We have triple gauge cluster. I already have the oil pressure gauge in there. I kind of like the old style ones. They're just simple, pretty neat. So I got these ones. If I don't like them, I might end up swapping out the digital ones, but these are pretty cool for now. So you got water temp. You got fuel level. I got oil pressure in there already in the car. I'm going to be converting the 3 ignition coils to MSDs. So we'll have two. We'll be firing a wasted spark for the two leading, and then we'll have just the trailings will be fired off of one single coil themselves, since you can't wasted spark fire the leadings or you'll blow your engine up. Then we got the MSD 6AL with a rev limiter, so I'll probably put that at like 3,000 RPM or something. Got Techno Toy Tuning brake booster delete, so I can put on my Willwood caliper that I got. Got the 8AN PTFE E85 safe fuel lines to run for the car. I think there's like 30 or 40 feet here. All sorts of adapters to hook up to anything you can really think of. Got the Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. And right here is the Aeromotive fuel pressure gauge. And here, this is my turbo dome hat for my big boy, the Holly Sniper 2 right here, which allows me to run, technically it's 575 horsepower boosted, but because of the way the rotaries work, it's more around like 300 horsepower turboed. But I probably won't be making that. I'll probably be making somewhere around 250 with what I got set up here. Got tons of wire, all sorts of stuff for running everything in there. And that about sums it up. I got a couple more things coming. I got the blow-off valve coming and some other odds and end parts. But yeah, that's what we got so far. Yes, also we have over here, if I can get in here without tripping, still gotta clean up my shop a bit, but minty rear tail lights. Since the ones I have are broken, the lenses are cut out of them, they're missing wires, everything's fried. Got really nice ones of those. Got these are brackets for the front fender that mount the undercarriage to the front fender. Supporters are missing both of them for some reason. Got new turn signals because somebody wired the old ones really wrong, and I don't have enough room left to actually rewire these. Let's see if it'll focus for me. Right there, and you can't get these out. They're sealed in. You can see how the ground wire right there is in the actual body of it, and you can't get them out. So you have to buy new ones, and finding new ones, these are basically impossible. So I'll keep the housing for now in case I can figure out something to do with it. But yeah, that is what I've got going on for the car so far. So